Hi, I am Peaches of the E&E Models of Jackson and your host of Hit the Runway in Style. The audience is diverse and come from all over the city of Jackson and surrounding areas to witness what has become as the Jackson Ebony style of modeling of Jackson, Mississippi's own Jim Hill High School at their upcoming annual fashion show. My guests today are the student directors of this event, and they are here to share how this fashion show has become the fashion talk of the town. So stay tuned and we will be right back. If you're just tuning in, I am Peaches of the E&E Models of Jackson and your host of Hit the Runway in Style. My guest today is Atavia Walker, and she is here to talk about an upcoming event in March,
Yes.
a fashion show. Is that correct?
That's right.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, you are a student director at Jim Hill.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is a student director? What is that?
The student director, well, our director is Mr. Frank Terry. And the student director, what we do, our job is to help direct the head director, which is Mr. Terry. And we basically tell him, you know, this is what we want in our show. This is what we think will draw people's attention, will catch their attention, will make them want to come to our show and want to continue to come to our show for our shows in the past.
Okay. And what we're talking about is a fashion show that's
Yes,
coming
ma'am.
up in March.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is it a theme or you have a title for it or?
The theme of our show this year is Jackson Finest Presents The Glamorous Life.
Oh, okay. So this is your fourth event?
Fourth year, yes,
Fourth
ma'am.
year. And it's going to be where?
At the Telecom Center in downtown Jackson.
Okay, and this is March the 8th.
Yes,
At
ma'am.
what time?
The show is from 7 to 9, and the after party is from 9:30 to 1. Security will be provided.
Okay.
It's a formal event.
Okay.
It's Telecom Center. It's the place downtown where you go, and it's nothing that you usually see at your regular schools or anything.
Right,
It's a
right.
top of the line show.
Okay. So who does this fashion show benefit? As far as I know that the funds will assist Jim Hill in some way. But who does the fashion show benefit really?
The fashion show, it benefits our drama club. We are raising money. The money that we have, all the money that we raise, we have to raise it ourselves. So when we raise the money, we use it to go to competitions to compete with other fashion shows. Yeah.
So this is for the speech,
The speech and debate,
team?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The fashion show, we are a part of the speech and debate.
Okay. So you mentioned Mr. Terry, Frank
Yes, ma'am.
Terry.
Yes, ma'am.
Now he is who at Jim Hill?
Mr. Terry, he's a teacher at Jim Hill. He teaches speech. He's a speech and debate coordinator. And the fashion show, he just took on the fashion show.
Oh, he just kind of took that on as his own
Yes,
little
ma'am.
baby,
A young man by the name of Andreas. He went to Mr. Terry and told him that his vision was to start a fashion show at Jim Hill. It was our first in 2004. It was our first fashion show. And from there, we had it at Jim Hill. The second year, we had it at Jim Hill, but due to space at our school, we moved it to Jackson State.
Okay.
And last year, it was full to capacity. So this year, we're looking for even more space.
Right.
That's how we moved it to the Telecom Center.
Because I was reading something that Mr. Terry had sent me about the participation of the city of Jackson and
Yes.
the surrounding areas. And in that I read, it said that it was over 800 people that came
ma'am.
out to be a part of the fashion show, to watch
Yes, ma'am.
and to support you all in your
Yes, ma'am.
efforts at Jim Hill.
Mhm.
So you all are looking for more people, more than 800.
Ma'am.
More than 800.
Yes, ma'am. Last year we had people standing all around the walls, and some parents were upset because they couldn't get in because it was like nowhere to go. It was
Really?
full to capacity.
Now, who participates in the fashion show? Is it Jim Hill students? I know that you have some students with you today. That
Yes,
we're
ma'am.
going to put them on a little later in the show, and just to give them a little sample of what they're going to be able to see on March the 8th.
Okay.
But who participates other than, is it just Jim Hill students, or do you have more people that's involved in it?
Basically, it's just Jim Hill students, but we have a outside person that helps us by the name of Mia, and she may bring in like several of her models from her modeling, with who she models with, but basically it's mostly just Jim Hill students, grades 9th through 12th, and they try out, and if they make the show, they're in the show.
Okay, so they have to try out for the fashion show.
Yes, ma'am. We have auditions for the fashion show. And we have 2 cuts. The first cut, we probably pick like 40 people. And then during the second cut, that's when, we narrow it down, getting a little more serious, pick the people that we think would benefit our show.
Oh, okay. Now, I came out to one of the practices, and that was really something to see as far as students being serious about what they were doing, as well as having fun, and it was obvious that there was some fun going on there. But the ultimate goal was that you all were serious about what you're doing, and as far as who is benefiting and who is going to help.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how many did you have to start out as far as students that wanted to participate, or was it when you all announced? How did you all go about getting the students involved?
What we did was we made an announcement on the speaker. We gave the announcement to the announcer at our school, announcing that we was having fashion show tryouts. Everybody come out, participate. Viewers could watch it for $2. We had viewers come to watch it. And what the models did, I think it was like 100 people that tried out.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was a lot. And what they did was we had our DJ, personal DJ Pretty Ricky. He came and he DJ'd. And the models, they had demonstrators, our old models, we had them to demonstrate what they were supposed to do. And after they demonstrated, the models, they just walked across and we judged. And after that, we had the invitations, and the invitations just said that, welcome to the fashion show, you're a member. We called them, congratulated them. Some of them, they was very excited, screaming. So yeah, that's our process.
So with this being the 4th year that you all have put this on, each year do you have a different set, or you mentioned something about some of the older models as far as the ones that, do they participate from year to year, or if they make it, say the ones that made it the first year, are they still involved? I know you go through, the grade, if they graduate, then they're out, of course, but do you have some that that has been a part of it in past years?
Yes, ma'am. Every year, as you said, they do graduate, but mostly the people like the 11th graders that's been in the show for the past year, everybody has to try out. But mostly, usually all the old people, they return, but everybody has to try it. It's not just, because they've been in the fashion show 2-3 years, then they just automatically get in. Because you have some people that try out and been in the show probably 2 or 3 years, but this year they probably didn't make it. So it all goes according to how well you perform, how well is your walk, and how strong your poses are.
Okay. So have you participated before as far as being a part, other than the student director that have basically been in charge of overseeing the models? So have you participated?
Yes, ma'am. This is my 4th year. My first year was when I was in the 9th grade with Andreas. And this is my 4th year of the show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk a little bit more before we go on break. We're going to take a break in a few minutes and bring on one of the other student directors, and we're going to talk to her a little bit more about some events regarding the fashion show. But let's talk about, you said who it will benefit, performing arts. Is this money, do you all on the debate team, do you all travel with this, or is this something that's right here at Jim Hill, or is it kind of widespread? Do you compete here in the city and then go to nationals or things of that level, or what?
The money that we raise from the fashion show, we compete here. I remember last year we had to do a big fashion show in the mall. So we use the money, like if we make it here, we travel outside the city. And to travel, we have to pay for the charter buses. And so we use that money for those purposes. Our speech and debate team, like if they compete here, sometimes they are really, really good. So sometimes they have to go outside the city of Jackson, and they have to travel places. So we have to use money not only to support our fashion show, but to support them as well.